What's going on today, guys? It's your girl Dev, and today we're going to talk about Ark of Osiris. This event is a lot of fun, a team building event meant for your alliance to help strengthen them and teach them good skills and open field tactics that's pretty free because you don't have to pay anything to do it, and you can get some pretty decent legendary community sculptures out of it. Now this video is going to contain a little bit about how to register your alliance, what you do after registration, and a little bit about the gameplay and how it works. Alright guys, you ready? Strap in, let's go. Alright, so in order for your team to participate in Ark of Osiris, they must meet the registration qualifications, and they will reach this on the day of registration, which is the Friday right before Ark of Osiris starts. It gives you an opportunity to look at the times ahead of time so you can pre-plan this. During this time period, you must have a minimum of 10 flags and be top 20. Now, as you can see here, these are the lists of the alliances in my kingdom that will be qualifying for Ark of Osiris. Now, this list can change, especially in newer kingdoms, because your power is constantly changing. And if you're top 20 right before Ark of Osiris registration and people leave, then you're not going to be top 20. So keep that in mind when you are registering for Ark of Osiris. Alright, let's talk about a really cool feature that just implemented into the game. And that is actually the ability to create an event. You can create an event for your alliance members so you can let them know that Ark of Osiris registration is at this time. That the person who wants to participate must be in the alliance by this time on the UTC so they can be a part of it. If they're not in the alliance, when the alliance leader or R4 appointed officer selects register, they will not be able to participate. It's good to know ahead of time before you go through this process what time you want to participate in Ark of Osiris. Knowing your alliance is really key for this, when your high activity time is and when you think the most participation will be, and for those members that you want to participate. In early kingdoms, most of the time will change because some people will be able to make it and some people won't, and giving everybody the opportunity to participate is really good for the alliance leader, but not all alliances are going to do this. Alright, so as you can see here, you can select on the calendar. I already pre-registered a time that I'm saying to my alliance members, at this time I need you to be here because we're registering for Ark of Osiris. They already know. Now you can also create your own time whenever you feel you'll be online. For example, we have a lot of members that are not in our alliance because they're fighting in the fighting alliances, so they come to KTR to participate in Ark of Osiris. We're going to go ahead and set up a time for 6, 7, letting them know at this time on Sunday, we are 1400, we're participating in Ark of Osiris. I also put a really cool message in there. I said, Ark of Osiris, you must have an empty hospital, no war frenzy, your troops and your scouts are home, you have an attack boost, and an army expansion if you have the ability to put one on. Alright, so let's talk about how you actually register for Ark of Osiris. So here, as you can see, this is the new screen. It's just telling you, recapping what it said in the beginning. Only qualified alliances can register, only appointed officers can register the alliance, only 30 members can be selected to combat for the session, and they do have a reserve opportunity for those members that can join if there's open spaces available. Let's talk about how you actually register members. Alright, so here's the registration screen. You're going to go ahead and you're going to select register. And as you can see, they've made an update where you can actually see the time slots that may be too full or might be overcrowded on the server. You may not be able to participate. But that's okay. Our alliance time that we selected for this Ark of Osiris was 2000 UTC. Once you select confirm, that's it. Whoever's in the alliance at the time that you hit confirm will be on the list for Ark of Osiris as long as they meet the requirements. And I'm going to go ahead and select the members. It automatically takes you to the registration screen. Okay, so I've already started selecting these members. And your matchmaking rating will change once you hit confirm. You'll be able to actually see your rating and who is going to participate. As you can see, all these members are eligible to participate and they don't have any grayed out markers on them. As we get to the bottom here, we do have a couple of members that are unable to participate, and there's a couple of reasons why they can't. The first one is they're not City Hall 16, which you have to be in order to participate in Ark of Osiris. The second condition is that they were not in another alliance before registration. If they joined your alliance after they registered on another list, they can't participate in your Ark of Osiris. So in our kingdom, TPW, the main alliance, and TPBA, they usually wait a little bit longer to register because they have a lot of members in those alliances, and they wait till close to UTC reset, to register members, to making sure that everybody is in their appointed location for Ark of Osiris. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is our skills. So these skills I'm picking now are ones that I normally use for Ark of Osiris. And I'll talk a little bit about the ones I selected and the reasons why I select them. You can see that each skill has a number assigned to it. They're either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. And that is how many skill points it takes to activate. Now, skill points take a while to occur, so having skill points that are cheaper, like 2s and 3s, you're going to be able to activate those skills more. You do need to read a little bit about each skill to make sure that they apply to you and your alliance members. Not every skill is going to apply to you, and you just need to look at them, and sometimes it'll be a trial and error and see which one works best. Now, skills can be set now, or you can wait till even the moments before Ark of Osiris match actually starts to use those skills, and you can change them all the way up until that date. And I like to select them early because my alliance members get really nervous when I don't select them early because they think I'm gonna forget. I do forget sometimes. I think I forgot once. But it's good to have them already preset just in case, and you can always go back and change them later. Alright, let's talk a little bit about the map and the structures you're going to see. The first thing you're going to see is that there's two sides, Isit and Seth. Isit is blue and Seth is red. And no matter what happens on the map, they're always going to be blue or red. So you're always going to see those armies colors on the map in that manner. There's a lot of structures on this map. Let's talk about the one in the middle, which is the Ark of Osiris. There's only one of them. And as you can see here, the Ark is going to spawn from this. It'll spawn every 10 to 15 minutes, and depending on how long it takes for the camps to escort the Ark to one of the structures that they occupy, not one that has a timer, one that's actually occupied, will determine how long it takes for the next one to spawn. Let's talk about the Shrine of Life and the Shrine of War. The Shrine of Life is going to give you hospital healing speed, and the Shrine of War is going to give you increased attack and defense to all of your alliance members. So the next structure we're going to talk about are the Outpost of Isit and the Outpost of Seth. There's three on each side, and you capture them first. Normally you're going to see those first because they're the closest to your gates when you enter the map. The next two structures we're going to talk about are the Sky Altar and the Desert Altar. Both of these altars are very important to the map because they provide you the most amount of points early on, and they're usually the ones that are highly contested. You can normally see a lot of people focusing on these two structures in particular. The next structure we're going to talk about is the Obelisk. Now, the Obelisk is going to give you 5 teleports after you occupy the Obelisk. Most people are going to rally the Obelisks first, and because rallies are a lot faster than troops, so they tend to be faster than troops. So you send like cavalry marches, rallies to these, and the quick occupation, and sometimes you can hide garrison commanders in those cavalry marches, so you can quickly select the garrison commander and change it once you capture the Obelisk. You're also going to see in a lot of Ark of Osiris matches where they actually rally the enemy obelisk first. The obelisks are really crucial to starting your game because they're going to give you those 5 free teleports, and for every, I think, 5 minutes that you occupy it, you get 2 teleports. The last thing we're going to talk about are the caravans. These are those little resource nodes you're going to see scattered across the map. You actually need quite a decent amount of troops in order to completely empty out these nodes. If you can't fully take every single resource from the caravan, they're not going to let your army go to it. So if your troops can only carry 49 from the caravan, which the minimum is 50, it's not going to let you go to it. So that's something important to remember when you're moving troops around the map. They do consider this a provision score, so whenever you see the Ark of Osiris points, this is the provision, essentially the resources gathered on the map. Alright, so now let's talk about the rewards and the points you're going to get. The best rewards that you're going to get is at the 10,000 point mark. Getting 10,000 points is kind of difficult, but once you get there and you figure out how to get there, it's actually worth your while. 10 legendary sculptures if you win, and 5 if you're the losing camp. But that's still getting over 10k points. It's a huge stress, and you can check your points during the match so you know exactly how many you need to progress. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about the point system and how you get points for Ark of Osiris. You get multiple different points from doing different tasks, either capturing the Ark of Osiris, first occupation on any of the structures, outposts, shrines, altars, obelisk, and then you get points for caravans. As you can see here, the points secured versus which level they are. And there's also points for kills, defense, attack, and battles. Alright, so you will finally get a message in your mail saying that you have been registered for Ark of Osiris. If your alliance leader or officer hit the green check or blue check next to your name, you've been successfully registered for Ark of Osiris. Congratulations and welcome to the team. Essentially what that means. Now, you do not have to remain in the alliance after you've been registered. There's only one condition. If an alliance leader or an appointed officer changes the list after you leave, you will receive a message that you've been removed from the list and you can no longer participate in Ark of Osiris. So make sure that your alliance leaders and your officers know to not change the list after they make the list. Alright guys, that wraps up for this video. In this video, I covered the Ark of Osiris registration process for the alliance leader and officers in the alliance, and a little bit about what it is, what things that you do and can expect from it, and the point system and how to get points for Ark of Osiris. This is just a basic overview of how it works and a little strategy entwined in it as well. If you like these videos, don't forget to like and subscribe to my videos for more content like this, and drop a comment below and let me know what you think and what other videos you want to see come up next. But for now guys, just keep it real.